Please introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Vishal Kumar. I'm 22-year-old. I belong to Amroha, which is earlier known as Jyotiba Phule Nagar, Uttar Pradesh. I completed my graduation in BSc Physical Sciences from Swami Shraddhanand College, University of Delhi. Sir, my hobbies include teaching underprivileged children, reading, writing poems, and sir, I'm also very fond of reading about India's foreign policy and related geopolitical issues.
Foreign policy.
Yes, sir.
Good. So, have our foreign policy has taken a drastic change during the last 8 years?
Yes, sir. Sir, our foreign policy evolved from the...
Speak a bit louder.
Yes, sir. Sir, our foreign policy evolved from we can say the protective era, protective and defensive era to aggressive and more vocal, assertive, and sir, more India-centric. We have seen in the past that how countries are lecturing India on the various issues, but we can say the image of India changes strong.
No, don't give me the theoretical one. I just let me ask you direct question.
Yes, sir.
Is the relationship with Nepal better or worse?
Sir, I think that our relationship with Nepal degraded because of some issues.
Relationship with China?
Yes, sir. Our relationship with China is not that good as it was in the past.
Relationship with Russia?
Yes, sir. Our relationship with Russia strengthened.
Relationship with America?
Yes, sir. Our relationship with America also strengthened.
So, if you compare, so do you find it better policy or not?
Sir, I think that New India needs new policies, and our policy is evolving in the right direction as it is more centric to India and also the neighborhood.
No. Actually, our stand should be our stand.
Yes, sir.
The stand never changes.
Yes, sir.
We are a democratic country, and we just want this good relationship with already established one.
Yes, sir.
We cannot worsen the relationship in the country we had a good relation earlier. We have to make more friends rather than making enemies.
Yes, sir.
So in terms of at least in Nepal, our relationship has degraded. So what may be the reason? Can you tell me particularly about the policy in every country?
Yes, sir.
China we know and Pakistan we know they are the enemy countries from the past.
Yes, sir. Sir, there are two main reasons. First is the Nepal blockade. After the new constitution of Nepal adopted, then there is a, we can say that there is a blockade on the Nepal border, and the supply of the essentials was not to the Nepal. First reason this, and second reason, sir, the internal politics of the.
How far is Nepal border from your hometown?
Sir, it is maybe 400 to 500 kilometers.
So, how do you have idea that there was blockage of food supplies and all this?
Yes, sir, there was various news related to the Nepal blockade.
Is it true or false?
Sir, it is not announced that there is a blockage. It is we mainly
There was no blockage at all. Rather, more supplies were given, more things were given. No supply has been halted so far.
Sir, the blockade was not created by the government of India. It is created by the people who are living in the Madhya area of the Nepal. So, in a one way, the supply was not reaching to the Kathmandu and the other important cities. So, we can say that it is an unannounced and unprovocative blockade, but it is not from the Indian side. And sir, other reason that it is entirely.
What do you mean by Madhesh?
Sir, Madhesh is the Tarai region of the Nepal, and sir.
No, region Tarai is something different. Madheshi word is used for the community.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is a community which connotes itself that it is belongs to the India, and the Britisher gave it this reason, plain region, mainly community living in the plain region, UP and.
Madheshi comes from the word Madheshi.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
Nepal is also Madheshi.
sir, I'm not sure clearly what
you
it
know
is.
about buffer state?
Yes, sir.
Is Nepal a buffer state?
Sir, yes, sir. It is a buffer state. We can say that at present it is a buffer state between the India and China, as Tibet became the part of the China. So we can say that it is a buffer
Can you
state.
tell me why Nepal was never a slave?
Sir, can you repeat your question?
it is said that Nepal was the only Hindu country, and Nepal is the only country that was never a slave. Gulam nahi tha kabhi.
Yes, sir.
What may be the reason why British did not eye on it?
Sir, I think that after the Anglo-Gorkha War, the Britisher made some friendly gesture towards the Nepal, and they also recruited the Gorkhas into their army.
That's all from my side.
Yes, sir.
You are going to enter in a field which is related to labor sector.
Yes, sir.
Generally we say that smoking is injurious to health,
Yes, sir.
but Amroha is famous for BD making.
Yes, sir.
What you will do?
Sir, yes, smoking is injurious to the health, and it creates huge burden of the diseases related to smoking. But sir, it also provides the employment to a large population. And sir, in our own district, there is multiple companies, mainly small companies, which are providing the employment to the rural public. So sir, they have no other employment other than the BD making.
So if for providing the employment, we can do any business.
No, I think sir that
Technically, I will just elaborate. He sir wants to ask you whether you give preference to humanity over health or health over humanity. Or we can say business over humanity or humanity over business.
sir, I will give a balanced approach, because sir, if government put a we can say the ban on the BD making, then sir, there is a lot of population who have no other source of income, so they will suffer.
They may be given alternate employment.
Yes, sir. That's among coming that government can provide an alternative employment. So that will be that government can put a blanket ban on the BD making.
Okay. You are telling your hobby is reading poem.
Yes, sir.
Which language?
Sir, I mostly use the online resources and YouTube for the poems. So there is a website called Rekta. And
I am asking about language. Hindi,
Sir,
English, Sanskrit.
sir, thank you, sir. Actually, sir, you are not that. Sir, Hindi.
Hindi.
Yes, sir.
सत्सैया के दोहरे जीवना वित्ते की एकत में छोटे लगत भाव करत गंभीर. ये किस कवि के गीत है?
Sir, I'm not sure who is the writer of this.
It is your hobby to read the poems.
Sir, I read as recently I started reading poetry, so my focus mostly on the new poets, and I'm still exploring in the poems.
New poet.
Yes, sir. Sir, I use mostly the online sources like the website called Kavita Kosh.
फूलों के संग रह रहा मैं माटी का ढेर, मुझमें भी बस जाएगी खुशबू देर से.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not aware of it.
You are
Then you must be knowing कोई दीवाना कहता है ना.
Koi Divana, sir, yes, sir, it is from Kumar Vishal.
Who made poetry? Just I'm interrupting you.
you are
Who made poetry popular? 50 years back. Among you.
Sir, I'm not very sure who made, but as we call the Ramdhari
Just
Singh
like,
Dinkar.
just like you know Kumar Vishal, na?
Yes,
So
sir.
who was the Kumar Vishal 50 years back?
Sir, I'm not sure, but Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, his poem is very famous, and he also known as the Rashtravi of India. And I'm reading his one of his novel called Rashmi Rati. So I think that Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, and sir, also the India's former Prime Minister. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay. You are studying in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
What is the basic mode of transport in Delhi?
Sir, it is mainly DTC.
GTC. Okay. What are the different color of buses?
Sir, there is mainly three colors: orange, red, and green.
Differentiate.
Sir, red one is the AC bus, and green bus is normal, and orange is it is especially run for the different clusters. I'm not sure about it.
Recently, there is the hue and cry about the Ashoka emblem at newly constructed Parliament House. What is that?
Sir, can I sir Musafir? No. Yes, sir.
The hue and cry about the Ashoka Stamba.
Yes, sir.
The lion.
Yes,
the
sir.
roaring lion and the silent lion.
Sir, I will prefer roaring lion. Actually, sir, I think that our policy mainly because of defensive, we suffer a lot
जो
of.
होता है वो काटता नहीं.
Sir, but we can say that there is a saying that sleeping lion is not worthy, and we can say that if we go see to the Indian history, then mainly we are.
What our culture, what our ethics, what our non-violent approach, that is what the Ashoka Sarnath lion is. And this roaring lion, what do you want? What do we want to prove?
Sir, I think that today's India need new approaches. We cannot depend on the approaches which failed us a lot of time. We have seen that we are invaded.
So will you change the national flag also?
No, sir. I think that it is not necessary to change the national flag, but it is not connect to the any. We can say that to the controversies. But I think that.
So you think that you are justifying? It means that you are going against the Samvidhan.
Sir, mainly I don't think that it is against the constitution, but if it is, then our government should think about it, that what will they want, the more majestic line.
Earlier you were supporting it.
Yes, sir. Actually, I believe that if there is a new India, then there should be some new approaches.
विशाल,
Yes, sir.
हमारा एक कैरियर दिया है बिजनेस के साथ.
Yes, sir. So actually, it is a proposed carrier. It is not yet clear that Navy is demanding for a third carrier, and sir, it is expected to be 65,000 ton. Sir, it is very heavy carrier and going to be majestic. But there are some reservation from the defense ministry related to this carrier, that they are proposing that India should go for the more submarines.
आपकी हॉबी फॉरेन रिलेशन.
Yes, sir.
जो रिसेंट में एक बुक आई थी विजय शंकर साहब की द इंडिया वे.
Sir. Yes, sir.
उसमें उन्होंने 3 मेन लेकर बताया कि हमारी फॉरेन पॉलिसी क्यों प्रभावित होती है निगेटिव. उसका एक सबसे बड़ा रीज़न है हमारा जो लिबरलाइजेशन LPG हुआ, इन टर्म्स ऑफ लेट हुआ. आप LPG लेट हुआ, ये हमारे फॉरेन पॉलिसी की एक मतलब निगेटिव पॉइंट है, ये कमज़ोर कर दिया हमारे फॉरेन पॉलिसी.
Sir, can you speak little louder? Actually, it is because of solar. I'm not able to listen. Yes, sir.
उसमें उन्होंने कहा है कि LPG जो हमारा हुआ वो पहले होना चाहिए था, 70 के दशक में होना चाहिए था कि न कि 92-93 में.
Yes, sir.
ठीक, इससे हमारी फॉरेन पॉलिसी बहुत निगेटिव रूप से प्रभावित है.
Yes, sir.
क्या आपको लगता है कि ऐसा है? अगर ऐसा होता कि LPG पहले करने से देश की अर्थव्यवस्था वगैरह सब कुछ सही हो जाती तो श्रीलंका में क्राइसिस 1978 में वहाँ पे LPG.
Sir, I think that it can be one reason. Sir, economics play a very important role in foreign policy. If we have the stronger economy, we have a stronger economic power, then we can utilize the geo-economics weapons to pursue our foreign policy, as China is doing. As sir, it is a strong, very strong economic power. So sir, with economics, with money comes the power. So I think that if LPG is China started very early from us, 20 to 30 years before us. So I think that it can make a great changes. But we hope so that we will in future make some great approaches related to this.
चाइना को देखते हैं, हम श्रीलंका को भी देख सकते हैं. 1978 में वहाँ
Yes, sir. Sri Lanka, actually, sir, there is a issue with Sri Lanka, that is civil war. Sir, 26-year-long civil war drained the wealth of the Sri Lanka, and sir, Sri Lankan politics was not that evolved. They do not focus on their industries and diversification of their export. So sir, and also sir, the policies of the unwise policies, we can say the economic mismanagement, which caused this economic meltdown. But sir, it is not related to the liberalization. It is to the policy of the श्रीलंकन पॉलिटिक्स.
सेपरेट अगर देखा जाए तो हमारे पास अगर दो ऑप्शन आते हैं,
Yes, sir.
रसिया या यूएस, हमें किसको चूज करना है?
Sir,
Rival कौन है?
I will not prefer to choose anyone. I will use both of them to gain my own interest. So with Russia, sir, we have a defense relation, and Russia also is one of the largest energy exporter. It has the largest CNG natural gas reserve, and sir, also it has the coal and the diamond exports to India. So on which the Indian industry thrives. And with Russia, USA, sir, USA is one of the largest trade partner of our. It is recently said that it become
चाइना
first.
भी तो हमारा
Yes, sir.
लार्जेस्ट ट्रेड पार्टनर है.
Yeah, I must correct you. The
Yes, sir.
maximum trade is going on with China.
Sir, yes, sir. But we have some issues with the China. Yes, sir. China has a belligerent nation, and its policy related to India is always some aggressive, and it also claim the Indian territories. So, sir, I think that it is threat to India's integrity, territorial integrity. So, I think that there should be also some approaches to counter China's misadventure. So, I think that if India and China resolve their issues by the way of the talk and diplomacy, then I think that there is no issue with China.
How can we break? How can we lessen
Yes, sir.
the trade with China?
Can you repeat
How
your
to
question?
minimize the trade with China?
Sir, it is not possible to minimize the trade with the China. We can diversify our trade to the different nations, with the Japan, South Korea, and the other European nation. As sir,
We are
China.
not compatible no, with China.
Yes, sir. Actually, the issue is that China also have the control on the maximum supply chains, like critical metals and the rare earth metals and APIs, which is very essential for the Indian industries. If China somehow stop the supply, then it will harm the Indian industry. So I think that diversification of trade is needed.
Okay, the final last question from me. Can you tell me why India is not at the stage like Sri Lanka is? Give 2-3 points.
Sir,
Why we should not be afraid of?
sir, I don't think that we should not afraid of. We should always ready to tackle the problems and learn from others' problems rather than committing them ourselves. And I think that we should focus on our physical consolidation as some.
No, I am not asking you the political and hypothetical answer from you. I just data-based answer from you.
Sir, I'm not sure what are you asking me. If
So
can you repeat?
just told that you are your hobby is for international relations. So it's a current thing is maybe it will not with Sri Lanka.
Related to
And you see the situation in Sri Lanka.
financial meltdown.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, if government fail to fulfill the demand of the essential commodity to the people, then it is very we can say very normal that people will start against the government, and their anger will be.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
अरे भाई उसका इकोनॉमी देखो उसका